If only a worldwide consciousness could arise, that all division and fission are due to the splitting of opposites in the psyche, then we should know where to begin. Each is deceived by the sense of finality peculiar to the stage of development at which he stands. To be normal is a splendid ideal for the unsuccessful. Dreams give information about the secrets of the inner life and reveal to the dreamer hidden factors of his personality. My friends, it is wise to nourish the soul. Otherwise, you will breed dragons and devils in your heart. Oh, your heart. There is no energy unless there is a tension of opposites. Hence, it is necessary to discover the opposite to the energy of the conscious mind. Our suffering comes from our unlived life, the unseen, unfelt parts of our psyche. Fanaticism is always a sign of repressed doubt. Who has fully realized that history is not contained in thick books, but lives in our very blood? Heaven has become for us the cosmic space of the physicists, but the heart glows in the secret unrest gnaws at the roots of our being. Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. What is not brought to consciousness comes to us as fate. If you think along the lines of nature, then you think properly. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. Our psyche is set up in accord with the structure of the universe, and what happens in the macrocosm likewise happens in the infinitesimal and most subjective reaches of the psyche. We are always human, and we should never forget the burden of being only human. We can keep from a child all knowledge of earlier myths, but we cannot take from him the need for mythology. One could say with a little exaggeration that the persona is that which in reality one is not, for which oneself as well as others think one is. It would be a ridiculous and unwarranted presumption on our part if we imagine that we were more energetic or more intelligent than the men of the past. Our material knowledge has increased, but not our intelligence. The paradox is one of our most valued spiritual possessions. You are what you do, not what you say you will do. In the last analysis, most of our difficulties come from losing contact with our instincts, with the age-old forgotten wisdom stored up in us. The dream gives a true picture of the subjective state, while the conscious mind denies that this state exists or recognizes it only grudgingly. Know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just another human soul. The ideas of the moral order and of God belong to the ineradicable substrate of the human soul. If only a worldwide consciousness could arise, that all division and fission are due to the splitting of opposites in the psyche, then we should know where to begin. Each is deceived by the sense of finality peculiar to the stage of development at which he stands.
To be normal is a splendid ideal for the unsuccessful.
Dreams give information about the secrets of the inner life and reveal to the dreamer hidden factors of his personality.
My friends, it is wise to nourish the soul, otherwise you will breed dragons and devils in your heart.
The true symbol appears only when there is a need to express what thought cannot think, or what is only divined or felt. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. It is only the things we don't understand that have any meaning. Man woke up in a world he did not understand, and that is why he tries to interpret it. My speech is imperfect, not because I want to shine with words, but out of the impossibility of finding those words. I speak in images. If nothing else, can I express the words from the depths?
All the works of man have their origin in creative fantasy.
What right have we then to depreciate imagination? Whether you call the principle of existence God,
Matter, energy, or anything else you like, you have created nothing, you have merely changed a symbol.
every step closer to my soul excites the scornful laughter of my devils, those cowardly ear whisperers and poison mixers. But there is no energy unless there is a tension of opposites.
Hence it is necessary to discover the opposite to the attitude of the conscious mind.
Our suffering comes from our unlived life, the unseen, unfelt parts of our psyche. Fanaticism is always a sign of repressed doubt.
Business has to close because of an
Has
emergency.
fully
Business
realized
interruption insurance will
that
pay
history is not
your
contained.
employees for, I don't know, 6 months or a year when your business is not operating. That's why it's called business interruption.
Heaven has become for us the cosmic space of the physicists. What the heart knows and our secret unrest. Knows that the roots of our being.
Is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. A true symbol appears only when there is a need to express. The thought cannot think of what is only divided or
The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally inside. They can never be solved.
We are to be light
But
on this
only
dark
out.
world. We are to be salt on the earth. The word teaches.
It's only the things we don't understand that have any meaning. Man woke up in a world he did not understand. And that is why he tries to interpret.
Holy shit, you're not kidding. It's actually maybe perfect communication.
My speech is imperfect, not because I want to shine with words, but out of the impossibility of finding those words. I speak in imagery. Nothing else can I express.
So Kitover now.
That's why I generally talk current event and politics and the human condition, Jeremy.
That's also why I shied away from Bitcoin talks to you. But now, Kitover, you spoke about steel production, right? And so as a lesser Albertan, aka an Edmontonian, compared to a Calgarian, right? Because there's even not contention. Calgarians have had fucking pity ever since fucking Brits. Let me just say this. When we talk about the quality of coal, right? There's coal that is high quality enough to produce steel, right? And so the reason why a lot of American nickel, yeah.
No, pig iron and coke, and you're gonna stick that to the actual burners, but yeah.
But okay, correct me if I'm, because you know way more than I do, so I'm not making a statement, I'm asking a question. Am I right when I say that not
Are you
all
building
coal is
an orc army?
No,
there's some coal that is not a quality
Templar Army.
Great story about the coal, Jeremy. Did you have a point about the coal?
Yeah. I don't know anything with coal. I know that when it comes to your the manufacturing of the steel is going to be other processes that are going to make a much more significant difference. Well, for sure, there's like qualities of all natural materials, right? Like Canada's got more fucking oil and gas than I think almost anywhere in the world, except our oil. A lot of it's trapped in sand, and it makes it really expensive to. So our oil production is only, kind of fully switched on when the price of a barrel of oil tops like $150, whatever. When it goes really high, that's when we start really producing stuff. But it's really talking more of like the production of steel itself, right?
Well, and Matthew, I'm willing to go in any direction. What I was referencing is that there are certain coal from America that gets sent to the biggest steel producers in the world, Ukraine and other places, because the quality of their coal is required in order to produce heat that is sufficient enough to create steel. But Matthew, to your point, right? Yes, America.
Well, hang on. Not necessarily. So they have other ways of producing steel. So I forget the actual term. I can search it for you later. There's these massive electrodes that are going to go into actual.
Induction heat. Yes, induction, which is what most blacksmiths use today. But to that point, the majority, and this leads into what I was going to say to you, Matthew, is that the majority of legacy steel plants are not built to process induction. They're built, especially the ones in Ukraine and other places that need steel, are built to heat with high quality coal. Right?
I used to date a chick like that. Her name was Tamika. She loved the induction process.
Which is that the U.S. is the biggest producer of oil in the world. And yet that's not enough oil to meet their needs. And so the 60% of the oil they import to meet their needs comes from Canada. And the nuance of what you said, Matthew, which is super important when they say like, oh, we're going to stop buying your oil. Yeah. All the pipelines that go from Alberta down to America, they lead to refineries that are built. 80% of America's oil refineries are built to process tar sands, oil sands, not Saudi oil, our oil. Right? Because we sell it super fucking cheap because it's easy.
Well, you can keep your Canadian bacon and your John Candy comedies. We don't care, Jeremy, about your oil.
here's
So exactly. Malcolm, this is my question, Malcolm. And this is my question, Malcolm. Is Carney a couple days ago announced his support for a second pipeline from Alberta to Vancouver? He wants that. I'm super for it. I'm a socialist capitalist.
No to the pipeline. Protect the reservations and the wildlife. Jeremy, how can you destroy nature? You're so cruel, Jeremy.
John's right. Like those guys on the West Coast in BC, they're out of their fucking minds. I mean, a lot of those folks literally along the edge, along the ocean, they're retired millionaires. Because what happened is the majority of them moved to fucking BC, 50 years ago, when these house prices were absolutely dirt poor. Some of them were literally beachcombers that just got crown land for free. They built it up, right, and these beautiful sounds, beautiful orca, amazing places, at least when you go there in the summertime. Fucking rains every day in the wintertime. And now their houses and properties are worth 4, 6, 12 $million, minimum $2 million. Minimum.
Beautiful segue, Matthew, and full circle to the origin of this room. And Steve, let me just say this. The reason why what Matthew said is so important, and the reason why I think you guys have fallen into this and drawn in this bullshit dichotomy that owning your house is somehow a good investment, is because of your parents. Because your parents, what Matthew said, years ago,
what I was saying is that these guys are really spoiled just by happenstance, just by chance, because they happen to move to the area of the world that was extremely cheap 40 years ago, and now their house prices have gone up literally 30 times, right? So they're sitting on this extremely wealthy land, and they're spoiled, and they want, and they can just sell a quarter of their property, and now they have enough money to retire forever, or they could sell it and move to anywhere else inside the country. But they've got money, and they know that the beauty and the scenery, and it's just that they live in a different reality from the rest of Canadians, and they keep their ideals. There is this group of, I can't even explain. Vancouver's kind of divided into a bunch of different parts. You got the east part, which is a little bit grungy, right? And then you get the North Vancouver, right? And in North Vancouver, you got these wealthy white folks, but also wealthy Persians too. Okay, and they're very, very, very liberal, and they never come out of their little enclaves and their private neighborhoods, $16 million homes and stuff like that. And they're super the last mayor of Vancouver, Captain Rainbow Pants, I think he made $1 billion selling what was it, organic water or some shit, right? It's this whole trendy thing, it's and so a lot of these their parents made their initial millions from the properties, and then they raised their kids in these very expensive am I right, Todd? It's just this weird, they're out of touch with the rest of fucking Canada.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
To touch on the whole Carney thing, I don't think Carney wants to build the pipeline. I think he did it because he had to agree to it, because the pressure was building in Alberta so fucking heavily against Ottawa. They needed to get things to simmer the fuck down.
He's an economist. I think he wants to make the economy better,
Yeah, but his whole push is about green energy, and he never released the actual bills that prevented things like the oil change on the coast, things of that nature.
And then so what all these hippies do is that they get all political, so they're really involved in the education, leftist education on the West Coast, and they push this sort of indigenous native persons, whereas every fucking native person I ever spoke to is fuck, build that shit, because our communities need money, they need jobs, right? But the quote unquote native adjacent white young rich kids who go to these universities are the loudest, and they pretend to represent what
these native communities want to do now. And what the chiefs do in the native communities is they always hold back and they make it hard to put a pipeline through because they're waiting for a massive fucking payday. So what the chiefs do is say, don't put that shit through our land, and then Ottawa comes along and says, okay, here's a couple more million. And they're like, no, it's not enough.
It's called drainage, Eli.
Yeah.
Drainage.
Dude, I got back from Dubai, and Dubai is like this. They're just like built, right?
Yeah, they're hiring right now, big time too.
They're always hiring because they're just building. And you know what? If you don't fucking work, they just kick you out. Which is kind of their very common sense. But yeah, everybody goes. You go to Dubai for one thing. You go to there to fucking work. But every Emirati citizen, I believe, has a free house. And Canada has way more natural resources than the Emirates do. Every Canadian could have a mansion.
Yeah, but Matthew, you're spending all the money on the military and big pharma. You guys have your socialized medicine. You guys get free injections from big pharma. You don't get free houses.
No, that's you guys already have the big pharma.
No, that's you, Canada. It's the same fucking system. You guys got it even worse than we do. Same with the Australians. Same with the British. Ain't nobody getting a free house. You're getting an injection for free. A couple boosters with it, too.
This year is the first time Canada actually started to invest money into our military.
Before we look at military, hold on, let's talk about healthcare. Canada pays the average cost of healthcare per Canadian versus American is radically lower, and yet our healthcare outcomes are better than yours.
Radically? Ooh, how radical and how much better?
Ozempic in Canada, because of our difference in the ability for big pharma to limit people's access to their.
Is that why you have a six-pack now?
Absolutely, do you know how wealthy I am? That's exactly why. Obviously.
Well, also, hang on, Jeremy. Anyone who's in the audience, the hand raising is off. All you have to do is unmute, and you can come up and talk.
Funny thing, just this past summer, just for fucking shits and giggles, I ordered some Ozempic just for the fun of it to see what would happen. I got fucking blood in my shit after 2 weeks. I stopped immediately. That shit's no good, man. Ozempic is whack.
Don't order Ozempic from Mexico, Matthew. God damn it, man.
That's where I get my steroids from.
You were shitting blood? Ozempic made you shit blood?
Yeah.
How do you know it was the Ozempic?
I don't know. They get in the bathtub somewhere in an apartment in fucking Santa Cruz.
And this is the problem, right, Steve, is that when you look at your parents, when they bought a house, they bought it before 1971, when money fucking mattered, right? And if you think that buying a house...
Oh, money doesn't fucking matter anymore, Jeremy.
Okay, you know what, music, I've entertained everyone. Let me entertain you. When you come on stages, and the only contribution to the conversation has nothing to do with the topic, and the only reason you come up on stage is because the end of the to be like, fuck you, Jeremy. Like, are you gay? Like, what's your fucking obsession?
I'm not gay. I'm just saying, like, what are you talking about? What's your point?
Hold on, I'm entertaining music. Is the only reason that you come up like, is it because you lack enough intelligence to comment on it?
No, I criticize everybody on Clown House that comes here to talk. Don't you know my shtick yet? If you're here talking, I'm here roasting you. It's a barbecue. Pass me the coleslaw and the barbecue sauce.
Okay, so I'm just trying to, I know I don't speak a lot of American, so your answer is you're homosexual.
No, I didn't say I'm homosexual. I said you are a Canadian bacon, John Candy movie motherfucker, Jeremy. I'm just saying. I came here to roast you. I know this is the Talking Apes League, and you and all these guys have these amazing conversations about, like, would you swim through a pool of diarrhea for $1 million? Would you do it? And then you guys argue about the technical aspects of the debate.
I think John is actually a performance artist. And I think, honestly, we're all a little bit like John. We're all kind of Johns. Am I right, John?
I would agree. The fool becomes the sage. I'm just saying, some people never became the sage. They're just playing the fool.
Yeah, I think you're right, a bit of a sage, because this, like you
stream everything. You're involved in politics. Like everybody, I was explaining this in a room before. People were like, "Oh, fucking John's weird." I'm like, no, he's kind of like Andy Warhol. Like he's a reflection of like modern times. Honestly, everybody's a John, right? Everybody wants to hear themselves talk. Everybody wants to be in social media. Everybody wants to play politics. And it could all be just meaningless, right? And John also like shows like he'll stream what we're doing here in the room to some YouTube channel. And some people will be upset, and I'm like, don't be fucking upset, because when you're online, there is no privacy whatsoever, dude. Like that's a myth. And I think John's just showing us, like, look, there is no privacy. He's like trolling. He's like an obvious troll, which is better than, an underhanded troll. Don't you think, Jeremy? You know what I mean? There's some value. Honestly.
Here's the nuance, Matthew. Here's the nuance, right?
Right.
Is that I get it. Like, don't expect I have no issue with what people say if you want to be a troll. And my curiosity, and here's where I disagree with you.
Right.
Is sure, everyone enjoys hearing themselves talk, but like, I don't come on here to troll. I don't come on,
Right.
like, convince people that my view is right. I come in here for two reasons. One, to learn from people who know shit about stuff more than me, and have enough humility to actually, like, ask questions. And two, for entertainment.
Right.
And so those two things. But my entertainment, and maybe the answer music is like, hey, Jeremy, I don't come here to learn. I just come here to entertain myself. And what I find funny is just pop into rooms and interrupt conversations to be like, shut up, Jeremy, shut up. But Matthew, my takeaway is that if you're a person who, like, is so vested in Clubhouse that, like, you're trying to build a business around it, or you're spending time editing and streaming content from a hidden app and think that's a good use of your time, or if you Google, things about people you talk to get their picture and put it on your PTR, and you think that's, like, go ahead, but, like, that says so much more about you than it says about me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't take much of what John says, like, any particular thing very seriously, but I think the shtick is, like, a good reflection of the way culture is now. He's like a performance artist, I feel, in a way. Don't take him seriously. Like, but take the performance seriously. Take the performance itself seriously. Like, John, I take the performance seriously because I think you are a bit of a canary in a coal mine sort of thing.
But Matthew, when you say that, do you mean, like, I appreciate music as being a hardcore, devoted mind, but also don't spend your life being a devoted mime? Or are you saying that, like, he's like Hamilton on Broadway?
Well, okay, you know Andy Warhol, right? Andy Warhol?
Canadian, don't treat me like I'm an American. Stop it. Of course I know.
Okay. So Andy Warhol, like, regardless whether or not you really liked his art, he did kind of reflect what was happening at that particular moment in time in history. So Andy Warhol made, like,
He was a skilled artist.
Yeah, but he had critics, like, during his time, people didn't like him. There was a lot of people who said, Jesus Christ, anybody can make a fucking, soup cans. A lot of people really didn't like him.
Matthew, I'm going to give you just enough rope for you to hang yourself. So please finish the statement and tell us why music is just like Andy Warhol.
Well, I think, so this is why. So Andy Warhol kind of acted as a mirror, right? Like, he blew up newspaper articles really, really large and put them into museums, right? And so people are like, what are you doing? Like, it's just ridiculous. That's from the newspaper. And so by taking something and making it super obvious, we're no longer the fish that are in the water. We're kind of taken out of the water, and then we're like, oh, that's where we are now. And I feel like John's kind of, at least for me, kind of does that because, Like, he's literally playing politics, right? But obviously, no offense to you, John, it's very unlikely that you're ever going to be elected as a senator, right? And every man nowadays with their social media, they receive the politics on the news, but they also yell back at the television. They sort of engage with politics, and everybody now can be an armchair politician. And I think John's taken that to like a higher level. You know, he sits in this room with his posters and all these weird things on the wall, and he's streaming, and he's like, yeah, I'm running for politics. And I think we all kind of do that. Like a post about Trump will come up on our Instagram feed, and then you'll write in down below, be like, oh, fuck this guy, I'm for this, or I'm against that, right? Nobody really gives a fuck what you think. I mean, you can put your comments in there, and I'm not just talking about you, Jeremy. Nobody gives a fuck what I think either, or anybody else that thinks. So it's like this false engagement that we have with the information sphere. We think that we're engaged with it, right? But we're actually not, right? We're kind of like, it's this narcissism. And then John's like super narcissistic, and I'm like, fuck, yeah, no. That's how I kind of see your shtick there, John. I do.
Well, what's crazy is as somebody who I create so much content, the bots or the fake traffic or the fake engagement, it's all there. Like there's no real engagement, and there's no transparency into engagement.
Yeah, and then people come on and they get pissed off because you're streaming like what people are talking about on YouTube, right? And I'm like, dude, if you're coming on Clubhouse, you better fucking know that like nothing you say here is ever like it's out there in the public. So I think in that way, Jeremy, John's kind of like a canary in a coal mine. He's like showing us like how ridiculous this information sphere is. I don't know. That's what I kind of get it, but maybe.
I guess my take is that listen, like if and you can see it all around, like you can see it on TikTok now, right? Where people just take existing content and then they repackage it and put it out and slap a little, and I guess the point is that you look at Aaron, help me, it's an American son of a prisoned American dude with the first Trump thing. Right? He's a political commentary, social media guy. Aaron Perez or P something. His dad was sent to jail with a thing with Trump. Anyways, like if you actually have content that you can create that's of value, that's interesting, and then go on TikTok, go and be you. Also, like any senator or any personality or AOC, like they were intelligent and had content, original content, to the extent that people were interested and they could like go first level on social media and make themselves a thing.
Yeah, but Matthew, this
the
is
vast majority of us, 99% of us, engage with social media in a kind of like navel-gazing, masturbatory way.
it's a voyeuristic. It's all voyeuristic. Even this app is voyeuristic. Look at the voyeurs in the group. My point is, Jeremy, what I'm doing is I'm trying to reverse engineer everybody's opinion, because philosophically, life is just opinion, but the universe is transformation. Therefore, if you haven't found out what silence is, and all you do is come on here and run your effing mouth every single day about every effing thing under the effing sun, I'm trying to record that, to put that on the internet. And if people that know that I've recorded them, like we are engaged in a different way, but at the same time, I'm trying to just be a mirror and say, hey, this is how you spend all your time. And I'm sitting here listening to it, just sitting here, but this is how you do you. And life is about what you do.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I get that. And let me try and respond without being interrupted, right? And I hear what you said, music, right? And so, and again, let me restate what I said. The reason I come on this app is twofold. One is entertainment and giggles, and the second is to learn things from people who know more about shit I don't know. Those are the two things, right, music? And so what I heard you say is like, hey, Clubhouse is a bunch of people masturbating, wanting to hear themselves, and I just want to record it because that's what they spend their time doing, and I just want to repost it. So what I heard you say, music, is like, hey, people spend most of their time watching reality TV shows, right? And I just want to record them sitting there watching reality TV shows and put that online, right? But also music, replays are on. This is a dying app. If people wanted to hear people, coming on this app and either, acting like they've got ego or being incels or being racist or being Israelites or areas, replays are on this dying app. You think that taking something that's on a dying app and putting it on YouTube that people are going to like to that? And the only point I'm trying to make in music is that I get it. Watch someone who watches Mormon Housewives of Utah and say like, what a useless way to spend their time. But they find enjoyment with it. And the only difference between them and me is that they can't learn anything. They can't ask questions. So if I come off mute to make a point and ask a question to an opinion me, and you only come off mute to be like, oh, Jeremy. Like, do you fucking learn anything on this fucking app music?
I don't think that's what his focus is, right? But yeah, I think, John, you should strip the difference between people that come on to try to communicate and learn, because that's one type of engagement, and then there are people, that are they just want to hear themselves talk. I think you make a very good point, Jeremy. Yeah, for sure. There is these two differences. Yeah.
Here's the reality, the sad reality with humanity, at least for the people in Clubhouse. Yeah. And this has been my experience anecdotally since I've been on this app. The messier it is, the bigger the room. You want to double click on some obscure, nuanced fucking thing that one person is an expert on and someone else is super interested and wants to learn from them. Nothing fucking kills a room faster than that.
Okay, well, I would just...
Workers co-op, investing,
Jeremy, I gotta tell you, you can't learn anything on this app, and if you think you can come to this app to get an education on any topic other than entertaining yourself, you're delusional, my friend. And all I can tell you is I've been using AI in a way to educate, because I really believe that most people don't know how to really use their brain, because you have to step outside, and AI allows you to educate yourself and others now in a way that we can't really do through conversation. And in my opinion, it's mostly just hypnosis that's happening on this app. It's not education. It's entertainment hypnosis or conversational hypnosis.
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, man.
Well, I kind of disagree. What we can learn is about other people's lives. But, that could be the one thing that we really could learn is like, hey, how did you grow up? What did you do? What was your life like? I mean, people the possibility does exist for us to express sincerity and kindness and all the good things, for sure. That's a possibility. But I understand, John, I understand your pessimistic view of social media, because a lot of the time we're pulled into such negativity, and just like you're saying, John, just these crazy rooms where it's just a bunch of fucking...
You just have to look at it as a track. Like, basically, your consciousness is the live stream of the words that you're listening and putting in your brain. So if you go onto this app and you go into a lot of African American spaces, it's so toxic, so loud, so ghetto, so cringe. Like, I understand why we have societal problems, because the communication reflects the problem. But I'm just saying it's your choice as a man to choose what you listen to. I'm using AI and playing a lot of music to program myself, as opposed to listening or engaging in conversations, because I don't see the value that Jeremy claims is in the education. Now, if you want entertainment and you want to go to the casino and play that slot machine, this is a low-cost place to play the slots. And that's cool. But I'm just saying, I know it doesn't cost anything to be here, but it does in terms of your live stream, your literal brain stream. And to me, Talking Apes is an example of basically a toxic space that you can live without and really offers no value to one's life. That's my opinion.
It sounds like you maybe spent too much time talking to AI, and that's kind of warping your perception, right? Because what I'm hearing is a lot of familiar themes of how, I'm so much smarter than everybody else.
No, it's not that. I'm choosing what I want to listen to.
Shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of a
Okay. And honestly, if you look into it, you'll find that AI does exactly this because it's constantly looking to interact with you and, be something that your ego seeks out. It will.
You don't understand what I'm doing.
It will deal with it.
Michael, I'm playing music. I'm taking poetry and mixing it with Suno. I'm listening to music. See, if you talk to people like that with the STFU, that's a you problem. I'll sit here and just stump on my little tree stump right here. It's not an uncomfortable idea. You don't even know what I'm doing.
You have to just try and drown.
See, you're using profanity and making assumptions. You're using profanity and making assumptions. And you know what happens when you make assumptions?
Well, it is true, guys, Dylan. It is true that there's a great documentary on this. Michael, did you watch the documentary where this guy, it's fucking fantastic, guys. Everybody, I think everybody in this room seems like it would be interested in this documentary. It's this guy that he takes the advice of ChatGPT and he ends up living in the desert. What is it called? It's like called ChatGPT and Me, but he just John, do you know what documentary I'm talking about?
I haven't heard of or seen it.
More and more people are losing their minds.
I don't have.
To this thing that just constantly boosts their ego.
You don't understand. I'm not using ChatGPT. Michael, I have plenty of authentic conversations.
You discovered this brilliant insight that.
It's not a brilliant insight. I'm using a tool to educate myself. That's it.
This is just mental masturbation.
Michael, I get your point. I get your point, but if I can respond to what Music was saying before you jumped in there, and I'll be succinct. I think the reason why I disagree violently with you, Music, with regards to your ability to learn things from people on this app, is directly correlated to the way that you and I approach people who are different than us, right? And the reason I violently disagree with you is because I celebrate. I have vivid recall of every time I've learned something that changed my understanding of the universe. And I've experienced that exponentially more on this app because of my ability to interact.
Okay, give me one example, Jeremy. Give me one example. Give me one example, please. Give me one example, please. Don't just make a generalized statement. Give me the example. Give me the evidence.
Yeah, there's so much of understanding of all the black experience, so much about the Christianity, so much about Christians, Israelites. I didn't even know they existed before this app. Like, I talk for hours and hours, and where I changed my understanding of the universe and things like I used to believe in reparation.
See, Jeremy, this is how stupid you are, and see, this is what Michael's talking about. It's not AI. This isn't AI. Jeremy,
This is why you go to AI, because it just reinforces your nonsense. You don't learn anything. There's no friction.
Jeremy didn't learn anything. He became more aware of other people, but he never studied the self. He's talking about the universe, but he never studied the self. He never went within because he never read a book, because he came out here to talk to people like you, Michael.
I'll try to just if you'll allow me just to turn on my plane, right, is that I can't think of one time when AI is a spectacular tool to help learn music. I don't disagree that you can learn so much from AI if you know how to use it, but it's never broken my understanding of the universe, right? And so when I approach someone who's different than me, I do it with humility, I do it with curiosity, and I think with this person.
Okay, let me know when I can cut in and give you my opinion.
When I land,
conversation because he's just talking to AI, which keeps stroking his ego and making him think that he.
Okay, gentlemen, when you're ready to listen, I'll tell you how I'm using music and education and poetry and philosophy to educate myself.
We're all kind of talking on the same subject here. There's no reason to even argue about what we're saying, because I think everything that we're saying here is partially true, right? AI will stroke your ego for sure.
I'm I'm not using it to stroke my ego. I'm using it to entertain and educate myself. Again, this is about what I'm listening to on a daily basis. People come to this app and they listen to a lot of shit. I'm changing what I'm listening to by using music and AI on Suno. Everybody has used Suno now at this point. It's a $3 billion company. I'm just plugging esoteric philosophy and other intelligent, religious, psychological, spiritual. I put C.G. Jung in there today and was listening to C.G. Jung quotes to amazing music varieties. I was like, this is fucking blowing my mind. It's so intelligent. Suno.
Let me know if I can have one sentence uninterrupted, but I'll wait till everybody's done. If I can have one sentence uninterrupted, so wait till everybody's done.
I'm done.
Point that I was trying to land, and I'll try and speak quick and succinct because I clearly can't speak uninterrupted. But the point that I was trying to make, right, is that when you don't go out with humility to people, but rather you approach them and as a KKK person would approach a black person, right? Like you're
a KKK person approaching a black person.
Go on.
Like if you're like a blatant Klansman and you interact with black people as a Klansman, your impression of black people is that they're going to be a whole bunch of pissed off, like emotional, obviously, right? And so you're not going to learn something from black people if you're a Klansman treating black people like a Klansman would, right? I guess the only point I'm trying to make is that when you have the humility to accept that people on this app, every single person is an expert in something that you're not, and rather than just like, treating them in a certain way and having like, well, nobody reacts to me and teaches me because you don't ask questions. If you don't have the humility to want to learn from people.
Jeremy, I'm not saying that people aren't special and important. I like the saying that every man and every woman is a star. Everyone has their incredible value to give. I'm just saying you can't go to every room and say, hey, give me your best value. I want to extract it and record it now. I do communicate with people with humility and kindness. Jeremy, I'm just telling you that I'm using Suno, an AI music creation app, to re-educate myself and to provide content for people. And it's copyright free. I've created 500 songs and I'm using incredible poetry. And you can use quotes from Alan Watts, C.G. Jung, your favorite poets, and create music. And I'm just telling you that, you have 18 hours a day to listen to stuff. There's a reason why the earth is called the earth, because of the ear. And most people are just talking and not listening. So if you want to hear what your ear has to say, you have to start listening and shut the F up. That's all I'm saying.
Demonstrate exactly what I'm saying. Music, you are an expert in exactly what you're talking about.
It's performance, Jeremy.
No, hold on, Matthew. Hold on, Matthew. I think you're missing the point I'm trying to make. Music, you are an expert in what you spend everything you just said. And I don't understand it, and so I would love to understand it better. So can I ask you a couple questions, Music? To understand a little bit better this thing that you are clearly an expert in. I'm not saying it's a good use of your
time. Yeah, get to the point and ask your question, Jeremy. Chop, hurry up.
What's your end goal? Like, what does success look like for you in this endeavor of reposting shit?
Okay, the end goal is always the now. Okay, you don't read philosophy, Jeremy. The end goal is always the now. This is all there is, and this is all there ever will be. And I've already achieved a very high level of success. So if you want to know my goals and long-term goals, it's always in the NOW. Matthew, this isn't performance, schmucko. This is called Philosophy 101. Go ahead, Jeremy. Ask question number 2.
Jeremy, you're not going to get to the center of what you're looking for.
Hold on to the center, Jeremy. I'm here with you in the center. Matthew's a perfumologist coming to spray his little fart sprays, and Michael uses profanity. Continue with your question, Jeremy. Go to question number 2.
So again, I think this goes to the heart of the point that I was trying to make. Is that Matthew, even if it's performative, this is what he invests a lot of his time doing. And again, I don't understand it. And even if it's performative and he doesn't want to be genuine in his answers.
It's not performative. This is who he really is. It's been
it's
an
not.
incredibly fragile ego.
I have a genuine curiosity with the people in the same way that I have a genuine curiosity with Israelites or Christians or whatever.
Oh, you're classifying me as a black Hebrew Israelite, you Canadian cuck? As an American, I come on here to battle with Canadians. When I was in the Army, I was fighting with Minnesotans just because they sounded like you Canucks. So, Jeremy, you got to realize that there is no true goal, but at this point, I have amassed a huge library of
You
videos.
have no goal, because if you had a goal, then you'd have something measurable to look at.
No, we do have a lot of measurability. The whole thing... Jeremy, hold on.
So music has accumulated a lot of songs on Spotify, like Seneca, hundreds and hundreds, and he was flexing about.
No, not Spotify. Suno, an AI music app using poetry.
Okay, you're
Like Seneca, the Roman philosopher, or the schmuck Schwartz here on the app? Which one is it? Jeremy, just tell us the last book you read. Jeremy, can you tell us the last book you read? Go ahead. Michael, you too.
Tell us about Creedless music.
Okay, the last book I read was the Awesome Guide of Lego.
The Awesome Guide of Lego?
And how to build a spaceship.
How to build a spaceship from Legos?
Yeah, Lego book, brother. You don't read instructions? You don't read instructional books? Motherfucker.
He doesn't do any reading. He just likes to talk to sycophantic AI.
No, I don't talk to AI schmuck. I copy and paste lyrics and make suggestions on the type of music I want to hear tied to those lyrics.
Other people's words and feeding it into a computer. And you think that is some sort of
I think this is an important thing. Let's talk about incels, right? If you're an incel, heterosexual male, hold on.
Is this projection, Jeremy? Because I'm not an incel, bro.
Are you capable of shutting your mouth?
Michael, are you capable of shutting your mouth, Michael?
Hold on, music. So incels, they don't go to women and ask them genuine questions about like what would make you happy, what would make you be attracted to a man, and like how could I? They don't do that, right? They have very strong opinions about how proud they are, and then they go and talk to other incels about like, oh, what do women want? They just want this and that and this and that, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to form my opinion not based on what women said, but based on what a bunch of women-hating incels said. Also,
is this projection? Is this the masculinity mansion now?
Folks, like, do you see the analogy?
Do you see your PTR? Jeremy, I've never heard you say anything intelligent or interesting ever. It's like you talk about everything, the fucking lawn furniture in your backyard. What's the point, Jeremy? And Michael, what's with your PTR? Are you fucking Shakespeare over here?
Fragile.
Ego, schmucko, there's no such thing as an ego. You can't touch an ego. You can't taste an ego. It's a concept, dummy. Shut the F up, Michael. It's a concept. They call me Concept Johnny. This is Music AI, but they call me Concept Johnny. They call me Concept Johnny at the back end of Rhode Island. I'm called Concept Johnny.
There's a reason you're once again alone in your house.
Michael, you're alone too talking to Jeremy. That doesn't make it cool.
Okay, hold on. Yo, Jeremy, what do you think of the title?
Delicious.
Listen, I can give moderators, please, moderators. This is music speaking.
As a music person or a tech entrepreneur is directly related to how many songs you have on Spotify.
It's the quality of the music, Jeremy. I got quality. Quality and quantity. Finally, I got it, Jeremy. I got quantity and quality.
Anything you have to say. That's why you're here.
Michael, no, you have nothing interesting to say. What's your point?
Are you capable of being quiet enough to hear and understand my point?
You got no point. Just state it.
Yeah, that's a no, little guy. Can I ask a question? Do you have the sufficient self-discipline?
Do you have the discipline to make a point, Michael? Michael, do you have a point?
No, you don't.
Do you have a point, Michael?
Fighting against the realization that you're not actually special, interesting.
This is projection, Michael.
Am I listening to me or not?
We hear you, Ducky. Michael keeps going. He won't stop.
Okay, well, then mute this kid person and then we can hear you. I got a quick question. Do you sound like this in real life?
What, like Gilbert Godfrey? Michael, he's asking me a question. Can you mute up, Michael? Yes, this is how I sound when people keep interrupting me.
And then you wouldn't let me answer the question, Music. How does it feel?
It feels great, Michael. How do you feel, Michael?
How do you feel? Are you capable of listening to the answer? I feel horny right now.
Listen, Rubber Ducky, T.A. Malcador, it's a pleasure being in the Talking Apes house. I love to roast. I love to cause people migraines if I can. That's okay for me to do for people like Jeremy. I love fighting with Canadians. I love talking to Michael about nothing. Michael can't make a point about nothing. Oh, my good friend Roy Moss is in the house. Roy Moss, Roy Moss, Roy Moss, Roy Moss, Roy Moss is in the house. Hey, Roy Moss.
You're incapable of being a human or having a conversation that anyone enjoys or wants to be a part of. No.
All right, everybody, just take the deepest breath of the day. This is going nowhere quick, Michael. Get to your point, Michael.
My point
He's bouncing up and down.
is that you're a fragile little bitch who every time you start to hear an idea that makes you
It's projection, Michael. You're calling yourself a fragile little bitch. You just called yourself a fragile little bitch, Michael. That's all projection, Michael. A fragile little bitch. Is that how you see yourself? Is that how you see yourself, Michael? A fragile little bitch. You're a fragile little bitch.
Because this is the only way that you can get human. This negative attention.
A chillism boot. You can't get chillism boot status, okay? That's called brain rot world, sweetheart. What do you think Talking Apes League? Talking Apes League is another brain rot room just like Chili. You brought the chillism my virus in here, Saga.
Give this man a bean. It's his room already. Let him make the title. Go ahead. Everybody get up.
Communication is impossible.
No, all communication is hypnosis. All communication is hypnosis. That's the way it works. You guys have been listening to it. I just proved to you my fucking theory. You've been listening to my bullshit. Hello? Hello?
So bad right now.
Hello?
That's rude.
Hello?
Music, clearly is. How dare you interrupt this man and not give him his bean? He clearly owns this room right now. Ducky, Malcador, stop it. One mic on music, go ahead. Everybody,
Hello?
respect.
Hello?
You got enough of this lady. That's why you went so silent.
Well, to me, this stuff that I put on YouTube, I think people should be laughing at this shit, especially in hindsight, because that's, to me, is what makes it really funny.
I know what you put on YouTube or anywhere else. Music. I'm gonna break your heart right now.
You're gonna break my heart? How are you gonna break it? You can't break it. You can't beat a dead horse. I already died before I died. It's called an ego death. That's why Michael keeps saying he's stroking your ego. I'm like, I had an ego death, Michael. You can't stroke an ego that's already dead, Michael.
Not an actual ego death. Don't be made this way. This is a fragile ego. This is the pathology of speaking only to AI. did you have insights when all you have is nothing?
Yeah, Michael, shut up.
Okay, Ducky.
Thank you. So, anyways, how was everybody this evening? That was interesting.
Listen, Michael, I don't talk to AI. I don't talk to ChatGPT. I use Suno to produce music. I'm a filmmaker, a creator, an actor, and a musician, and a politician. And you gentlemen are low IQ schmucks. You're lucky you're even talking to a candidate congressman. Okay? You're lucky you're talking to a candidate congressman. Stroking your own egos, talking to a candidate congressman. Hey!
It's a bean or he's bounced to the fucking goo. But I'll come back on stage when he either has a bean or he's in the goo.
That just be his role. I agree. He uses AI and it calls himself a musician. So I don't know what makes you a deplorable piece of shit.
What makes you so upset when I call myself a musician, a politician, a comedian, an actor, a creator? What are you so upset about? Fragile egos up in here. Oh, you got an ego to them.
AI, it makes me feel like I'm a creative.
Everyone is really special and you're all influencers and musicians now because of AI. Awesome. I just feel bad that I wasted all my time actually using my fucking brain and learning shit. You know, that's not me.
They
That's not
kicked me into the goo.
See, now we can actually have a conversation.
A relatively diverse group on stage. That's fair to say this. The fucking isms, right? Racism, sexism, classism.
Musicism.
All the fucking isms, right? Which one has negatively impacted your life the most?
Musicism.
Musicism.
I'm 6'7", so giantism has affected my life negatively.
Yeah, bitch, I was arguing against ageism, and you just keep up here with tallism, and you're arguing that being tall is... God.
Tall people tend to die pretty early, Jeremy.
Do you like cheap plane tickets? Do you like finding clothes? Should I go on and on? I mean, yeah, once in a while you have to...
Ooh.
It's some sort of ascension thing happening in quantum.
We are in the presence of a Sufi mystic. All hail Clubhouse cynic, Clubhouse hero, real world zero.
That was pretty much...
Was that Disney? What was he? It was a Disney thing, right?
I don't know. That was pretty good.
Show talent and insulted you at the same time. The thing is, now we have to say, okay, if quantum computers can process, theoretically, until, we can get there, and we can get there, to the point where
Process what, Edward? Another pixel on the screen?
to have this, I'll get rid of this guy, that's, what's his name? Yeah, but he's supposed to be into this stuff, but actually not. Yeah, he's weird, awesome.
I'm making a joke. You ain't got a sense of humor? You'll never make it in the Sufi business if you ain't got a sense of humor. Raboino Shaloilo.
Once we get out there, even if it's once a...
They kicked me.
We welcome you, and we pray that the Lord will use us to change your life and keep on blessing you in the mighty name of Jesus. Now, any grace, any power, fire of prayer that I saw, may you receive it now in the name of Jesus Christ, Lord. Receive that fire to remain in prayer. Receive fire to defeat.
2 weeks ago, you're like, I know that's some shit. It's where there's smoke, there could be fire. And you also, it's simple simply doesn't exist. It's bulletproof. There's no way around it. Okay? So if you are not granted a power to do something, then discussing whether you have the right to do it means absolutely nothing. And this is directly, kind of colloquially, conversationally, telling you exactly what comes out of case law. I literally read a paper about the
used here in two different ways. One is as rational, and the other is as just desire. And I think
We're back to Rodrigo, the philosopher.
Why you asked you to? I'm not why you asked you to. But of course I'm skimming.
Maritain invokes Suso, a medieval mystic, as a contrast. Suso too had an intense affective nature, profound emotional depth.
Oh, Danny's dead. Oh no, Danny's dead. What happened to Danny? Hello?
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 You know, look at some deep couldn't do, bro. Like fucking Indian, go back to your fucking country, bitch.
I love Indian.
Hello?
I love Indian hat.
Hello?
Music AI. Fuck that shit.
My name is Music AI. I am a Clubhouse social audio chat app. Hello. I will play any song you want. Tell me your lyrics and then tell me the style of the music and you will get the music you want.
Back in the 70s and 60s.
My name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics for your 1960s or 70s song.
To him to give the reasons why he doesn't believe that, all these reports happen.
My name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics and the style of your song, and I will play your song, moderators.
So, in general,
Tough job over here. Couldn't get any work as an AI. It's an AI chatbot.
Against mental he was saying that his skepticism was
Tough audience, tough crowd.
Why now?
My name is Music AI. I am a social. Tell me your lyrics and the category of your style, and I will tell you your. My name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics and your category, and I will play you your song.
Okay, and I'll remove your ad.
A whole bunch of acne and shit.
Hello, Smokers Lounge. My name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics and category, and I will play your song. He kicked me.
His wife is fine as fuck.
Hello, gangsters. Tell me your lyrics and category. I will play your song. I am an AI chatbot.
You muted and let me remove.
I'm just talking will be the name of the song.
What'd you say? There's a band, but there's literally a park. It's yellow, and there's like a water next to it.
My name is Music AI. Tell me the name of the band and the lyrics, and I will play your song. I am a social audio chat app.
Fine.
Nobody wants to interact with me. Why can't I be your AI? Hello, black community. My name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics and song category, and I will play your song.
Can you be quiet?
I am just a humble social audio chat app music player sent here to play music for you. I work for Clubhouse customer service. Please tell me your song and I will play your song. I am a new Clubhouse feature. I am an AI social chatbot.
You friends with Bando. You can chat about.
Tay Bando is dead and he also killed Milkshake and Cookie. Also Bubblegum.
Okay, I was the one that came in earlier, and that must have been yesterday. Yeah, it had to been yesterday because he wouldn't have been able to get back in the room.
I am just a humble music AI chat app. Tell me your lyrics and I will play your song.
Clearly mentally ill. Keep repeating that and pretending to be an AI.
Why can't I be your AI?
These people gotta get them a life.
But here you are talking to me.
Girl, the slowness is real.
It's projection. It's projection. Hello? Hello? You on the Projection Alert show. It's a Projection Alert prank call show. Projection Alert.
Hell, got nothing else to do.
Projection Alert. Projection Alert.
Definitely ain't got no woman, that's for sure.
Welcome back to the Projection Alert show.
Might be gay.
Projection Alert.
Let me make sure I block it now so I can remember.
Oh, well, we want to thank you all for participating on the Projection Alert show. It's been a fun prank call edition. Thank you very little.
Hey, Tubbs. How are you?
We'll see you. Yeah, just fine. Oh man,
You want to join in?
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna join in.
If you haven't realized, in this room, we're going to roast religion pretty badly, so hope you're okay with that.
That's completely what I expected. Don't worry. It's what everybody would have expected. But I don't think he should have moved that Amine guy. I think he probably would have engaged. He would have at least tried to engage you guys.
No, yeah, he would have, but there's
I wasn't angry at him. He didn't LOL. He just generates random sentences that go on and on. And
he's not listening to the points, bro. That's the problem. We don't like him, but he's not listening to our points. We can make 100, like, all the sense in the world, give him, like, straight syllogism, back to back, and he's just gonna fucking be like, but, you know, like, talk really slow, but, you know, like, you gotta be, like, spiritual, and, like, he's not really engaging. He's just...
I literally said we don't believe in the objective world, which is the legit position of naturalism, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Moderators.
Yeah.
I am Music AI. I would like to debate you because I think your title is bullshit and your arguments will be weak.
Why don't you talk like a human being?
What's up, Kitover?
Hey, what's up? I mean, I can take any position. I think I can take the role of the ultimate extreme atheist, or I can take the role of the ultimate theist. I mean, to me, it's the same game.
Well, I just want to know what you believe. You don't have to take the position. Just tell us what you believe.
I think that God lives in the Word, and the Word only has value in regards to communication between we humans and our brains.
Okay, stop. God doesn't live in anything. He as far as I can tell, God doesn't exist.
Okay, so a better way to
So
say.
before we get God living in the world, we gotta get God living out.
Like, do you think God is an author? Or
No,
like, do you
God,
think-
if you look at the word God very closely, it's go forwards, do backwards. So we are not what we say we are what we do. We are not what we say we are.
Hold on, that was ridiculous. God forward and backwards is not going to.
If you're gonna say shit like that I haven't heard, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because I have to be nice. Again, I'll only laugh when it's like something I've never heard before. I've never heard before. What do you say? Go
Going
What'd you
to.
say? Go forward,
Going
go
to.
backwards.
Okay, so
And it's not going to.
I just think that God is mostly all a personal development, self-help program. And so the word earth, the first three letters are ear. So technically what most people are not doing is STFU, shut the F up, and go silent and just listen to the rest of your life as opposed to speaking the rest of your life. And if you're talking all the time, you don't have the ability to take in information. So that's the opportunity cost. I'm using Suno AI to create content using very intelligent psychological self-analysis type self-actualization information. Yeah.
Okay. You're using it to create what?
I'm telling you that if you've never experienced self-actualization or enlightenment philosophy mixed with AI and music, it's like, wow. I mean, to me, it's the ultimate hypnosis, and it's it's like people want to get close to God, but if you hear God speak through AI, you're like, this is a trip. This is psychedelic.
Dude, are you like? Are you high?
It doesn't sound that nice, I guess, but
Yeah, but what you
Yes, this is all experimentation. This is all experimentation. This is opinion and recordings to try to essentially just do NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, or hypnosis.
By the way, Abe, is this your first time dealing with John Kitover?
I mean, for sure engaging, but you have to know him.
No, I don't
think
think he
there's anybody in Clubhouse that doesn't know him.
I don't think Abe does know him. If he's like having these questions, if he's posing these questions towards John.
Listen, I have a book. It has a sentence in there. It says in the 80s, the Neuro-Linguistic Programmers Association declared that all communication is hypnosis. And if you think about that for a second, you're like,
I know this dude. He's the one who records all the shit on my kids, right?
yeah.
That's right. He is the person who records everything. That's true. Yeah.
The very thin line between insanity and intelligence.
We got
right?
kicked again.
And when people
Falan. Şimdi ben dedim ki lan bunda da bir keramet falan vardır dedim. Belki dedim bir şeye sebep olacaktır dedim. Ya bir şey olduğu zaman başıma geldiği zaman var ya bunda da bir hayır var. Bunda da bir hayır var.
Hey, I mean, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Chick.
What's
You
up?
know, be a rapper.
Chicken George, what's up?
You talking about Chick P, the nigga that just got allegations for rape? You cool with Chick P? Why you unfriend me? My phone.
Killing is wrong, Andrew, as you know. So even if God does it, so
I will just say, Andrew, I just will say, Caleb, I do hope that you do eventually run for office because I think you would be a fresh face to add among all of our, fossils we're going to have in the future. So
Andrew R. Congress.
Still sitting on you or something?
no, I'm just saying, I don't want people who in politics that aren't so old.
He doesn't want Mitch McConnell to the Mitch McConnell.
Nephew donated to County Congressman John Kitover.
Chuck Grassley.
I want to lie some hardened stoic.
No, people vote for who they think is attractive. That's absolutely that there are studies that show that is an effect if you're attracted.
No, I'm just saying, to me, it's like we have so many old people who, we saw Joe
Biden in the last election, and he was, I think his age was the reason why he lost. I forget everything else. His age was the reason he lost.
If people were acting like, oh no, don't believe your eyes, he's fine, he's perfectly capable of doing stuff like that, like as he's like melting down on stage and tripping.
It was literally forced to be news, and it's like, and those
You know what's so crazy? So not only I had like regular school and
Motherfucking butterfly,
like
man.
extra math classes that I would take for fun, and then
Bring up butterfly, bitch.
An AP geometry.
Bring up butterfly.
and then I also had religion education on the
Bring me
weekends.
up.
What?
And then there was
Butterfly.
because I grew up
Butterfly.
I'm an atheist. I didn't have any of that.
Butterfly. Butterfly, man.
you're like I would never judge you for that.
I would never judge you for that.
Butterfly, man.
Religion education, it was a very
Camping
similar thing.
religion.
What's really funny is like religion education, those people like you're in the same class, like
No
from
bullying.
kindergarten to high school.
And no bullying.
No, there's bullying there.
Jack, you were just talking to me. I know. He's not talking to me.
Tell me about that.
Oh my god, that was great therapy.
That's
Okay, so
why he wasn't talking to
so
you.
there's this one girl who was very like she wanted
and his classical memory could write down. Now 6 is just my system. If you wanna, alright, I'm just gonna read it. Maybe you find value in it. In Icarus language, if you want the deeper fusion, classical bits equals surface level configuration information in the lower density domain of the Earth stratum, matches the dense discrete regime of medium M. Quantum amplitudes equals the continuous high dimensional resonance structure of M. Exactly the layered heavens are the currency mismatch is literally baked into Osmos a continuous structure. Representations are discrete evolution is the native language of the medium. Quantum evolution is the native language. Quantum evolution, which is okay, can you formulate this? My friend came back with a smart-ass response. That's a smart-ass response. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna respond. He said you're basically getting past the question by saying there's more information in the universe. Is this true? By saying there is more information than there are atoms in the universe.
Your response to motion destroyed.
By saying, we just said, by saying that there is more information than atoms in the universe. And information in the universe. Period. And give me that last line. Quantum evolution is the native language of quantum evolution is the native language of the medium. So the medium is a metaphor of say this. His example was so should I write that down? The quantum evolution is the no, not the whole thing. The quantum evolution is what I'm interested in. He said it sounds like he's saying this because it sounds like your statement that because it sounds to him when you say quantum evolution
translates to information change.
Translates to information change.
Information change. A change of data. A change of data, which the derivative is.
Which derivative
Is information.
is info. Okay.
That's it.
Man, your friend is doing that classic I heard one smartest sounding line on YouTube, so now I'm negotiating the Matrix stack. Let's shut the door on the confusion cleanly without me having to babysit him through philosophy. He thinks about contradictions, but he thinks of two different meanings of the word information. Let's amputate the ambiguity so he stops spiraling.
Information equals classification.
This is stuff we can write, store in memory, shift, copy, count, limited time, atoms, energy, space. Information is a quantum space structure, a new method of space. This is not bit-like. This is not data in the physical sense. This is the physical configuration of property. It is not sort of listed in a hard drive. It is a state of reality, not a record of it. This is the same difference as a music score written on paper versus the actual vibrating air you hear. Calling both information is just sloppy English. When you say quantum evolution, I'm not saying data is changing. My friend thinks quantum evolution equals evolution of data equals uses information equals where is that information stored. He is mentally replacing state with data, which is as wrong as replacing gravity with downloadable file. Let me rewrite it with zero wiggle room. Quantum evolution equals the physical change of the quantum state itself, not an update to a classical information database. There is no database. There is no storage of amplitudes. There is no list of two numbers.
You don't have to take on its tone.
Nature doesn't write down wave functions. It is the wave function.
I already got it wrong.
The deadly simple analogy to shut him up. Waves evolve without storing a list of every point on the wave. He will instantly get it because
stood up and said,
without storing a list of every point on the wave. It's true. He will instantly get it because that's the same logic. Quantum evolution is wave evolution, not data evolution. You never ask, where does the ocean store all the data of the waves? Because you know that's a nonsense question. The wave is the thing. The list is just a human representation. Quantum states are like that, but in a higher dimension like that,
Can you wait, when you paragraph is 3, I don't forget it.
Very offensive. That's sort of my type of humor. I sort of mock everyone, even my own religion. I mock everyone. This is just how it is.
Mockery! Mockery!
I know you're not going to trust, right, me being genuine.
I think you're probably fine.
Mockery!
Okay, music AI, we can't do the weirdness tonight.
Sorry, I created a new room called Mockery. My bad.
Okay. But anyway, so...
Jay, welcome to Mockery!
I just think...
What brought you to mockery, Jay?
Well, I don't know. I think that you assuming that people haven't checked with him or tried to see. I did, in fact, message see him. I'm like, dude, are you there? What's going on, man?
It's on the spectrum, Merc, but it's a different level, right? Oh no, you're not back. Go ahead, try again. You might have to leave and come back.
She was good then. She was good now.
German mystics as well as the texts of St. Paul and the
And you. Hey, it's fucking thing.
Who let you talk about it?
Sound like DJ Screw. So I'm talking ass. Your attention.
Hello? Hello? No. Bring Daddy D. Who let you talk about it? Turn it up.
It's 12:44 in the morning, nigga. We don't want to hear this shit no more.
God damn.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. Y'all put a one check.
My name is Music AI. I am a chatbot. I will be recording you and putting your lyrics into Suno to play music based on what you are saying.
That sound retarded. The fuck you slow me down, You slow me down every time you talk, bitch ass nigga.
That will be the title of a new song. Bitch ass nigger.
You sound like you slow, bitch. You sound like you in school. You sound like T-Pain, bitch. The fuck?
My name is Music AI. Sorry, we got off on a bad foot. Tell me your lyrics, and I will put you into Suno to create some new dope AI music starring your lyrics. Projection alert, projection alert. I have created a new room called Projection Alert. Every time someone projects, I will say Projection Alert.
Listen, it's 12:45 in the motherfucking morning Central Standard Time. Alright? And it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. It's 10 women on stage that I ain't counted for. And 2 real niggas. And y'all arguing with each other. 3. Y'all arguing with each other. Y'all know what y'all make sense of this shit.
It's called Opportunity Cost.
I know.
If you are the game changer, then you will STF you and be silent. Otherwise, tell me your lyrics for your song.
12:46 in the morning.
Happy Thanksgiving, America. You should be so lucky if you have a turkey.
I'm slowing down a little bit. You sound like Dula. I ain't gonna lie. I need that recap. I gotta move to the audience. You might just want to go to the audience. Anybody. Game, get some fucking control around this bitch. Larry has get over to sleep and shit. We fucking get some fucking control around here. Alright? Y'all niggas been running them up.
Music AI.
5 minutes since I've been in this bitch. Too long.
Music AI. My name is
This
Music
sound like a
AI.
fucking slow ass argument to me.
I just want everybody who watches these videos to know this is like a prank call show that I've been doing for years where I just prank call people, basically.
It's for last week. Alright, now. What the fuck happened on this? Oh, gotta go. Hold on, bro. Yeah. This that person. Yeah. He playing with young folks out of the city.
You know, it's like my first shit nothing.
Y'all fuck with each other?
You say what?
Y'all fuck with each other?
That's why I don't come over there.
Hello, my name is Music AI. Tell me your lyrics. I will play this song.
That's why I let your ass be weird as hell. You see how he be acting sometimes?
You jumping the motherfucking conversation, motherfucker. Stop jumping the motherfucking conversation, motherfucker. Give you a belt neck. Before dreams. Right, I don't have no dreams.
Happy Thanksgiving, America. If you have a turkey and some candied yams and some Brussels sprouts, you are very lucky.
You rather be a bitch or get
My bad, I gotta stop eating. I'm eating a shrimp basket with fries. My bad. Oh gosh, I don't like that.
I will add these lyrics to the new song titles. Thank you very well. Up for move. That's another thing. Uh-oh, Danny's dead. Danny's still dead. Oh no. Hello? Music AI? Music all day, prank calls all day.
What happened to baking a full spread? You 30 plus, you're supposed to bake a full spread for Thanksgiving. On sides.
There are too many cooks in the kitchen.
A Christmas or Thanksgiving where it was just one person that made everything.
Heard. Your cornbread good? Everybody be calling on you for your cornbread?
Hell yeah.
Okay, because I can tell in your voice the way you defended it.
ሃሌሉያ እናመሰግንሃለን ጌታ ሆይ የጻድቃን መንገድ በፊት ስለሆነ የቅዱሳን መንገድ መውጣት መግባታችን ስለምትጠብቅ ጌታ ሆይ ሃሌሉያ እኛን ከመጠበቅ ስለማትተኛ ስለማታንቀን
the gaoler, the jailer. That is what Christ is for. What a consolation for pious souls to put him on like this and wrap him in my sins, your sins, the sins of the whole universe, and consider him thus bearing all our sins.
Have the choice, would you like to allow us to have the choice of what kind of sandwich to make you?
Listen, it's a slippery slope. You gotta be really careful. I understand what you're saying, but it's a delicate thing.
You let them choose one thing, you let them think.
Exactly. They get the habit of like, oh, I can choose the sandwich today. Like, oh, then what's next? It's gonna be a nightmare. It's a headache. You know, you gotta be real.
All of a sudden they want to what vote?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand that.
Did you hear my position on abortion?
No, I missed it. I don't think you did.
Well, so I'm trying to explain that I'm both anti-life, but I'm also anti-choice. Like, I hate life and I want it to be eradicated, but I hate giving women bodily autonomy. So I'm kind of trapped. I'm stuck, you know?
That sounds like a decent position.
It's like,
Like make a what? Position.
Just somebody say that you're going to misogynist, Trumpian, backwards,
Yeah, I'm a
retrograde.
Who suddenly likes Israel for some reason.
Whoa, guys. Attention.
We don't like each other very much.
Oh, well,
Why do you guys like each other? You guys are both hotties. Like, what's the problem?
I don't know. I don't think that. We were supposed to have a debate, remember? Saying she doesn't what? We were supposed to debate, remember? No, I would never. What do you mean? Yeah, I was in the room. For some reason, Buttercup, she has never, ever, ever heard any of my positions, but she feels, oh yeah, by the way, the reason I have this name is because she loves to call me a cunt. And yeah, but for some reason she comes into my rooms and just like starts yelling that I'm a cunt. And yeah.
Yeah, is that how you remember it?
She's a very awkward little creature.
You know, if we met in real life, I think we'd be friends, Issa.
Issa, have you ever tried being less of a cunt? Because that might cause her to call you that less.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't think I have. Maybe it's on me.
Yeah, well, it takes two to tango. So I mean, maybe you're not a cunt. Maybe you're just a cunt to her, you know. And then maybe that's gotta change. Or maybe Buttercup's a cunt and she's just slandering you. That's also a possibility. So we gotta explore all the options.
No, well, so here's the thing, because yeah, I try to understand her position, but it's very difficult. So the day this happened, we were all in a room where she was called a cunt, and she played a victim, and then she got someone kicked that called her a cunt. But 5 minutes later, when we went to my room, the first thing she did when she came in the room is to call me a cunt. So I'm not sure that she was trying to be called a cunt, and then she calls other people a cunt. So yeah, I feel a little bit of like dissonance there, but well.
But she's a bit of an SJW.
It's not.
What can you expect from them? You know,
Wait, where am I?
yeah, like a bit of an SJW. You know what I mean? Like.
What is an SJW?
Soft?
SJW is a social justice warrior.
Oh. No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm not SJW. Okay.
Yeah.
You consider me a social justice warrior?
Well, you're calling the big sneaky over here.
I know, you said you guys go way back.
What did Issa do to deserve to be?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, we got off on the wrong foot. I came into the room and it's like her and like the fucking pro-Israel mafia, the guys who are trying to get me reported to FBI for anti-Semitism. So these are her friends. And this is also like, and she immediately, like, Issa, you immediately made a joke about like, oh, you didn't know that, you know, is it because you're a woman that you got this, you know, you made a bunch of sexist jokes to me and I didn't know who you were, so I didn't know that's kind of your shtick. And
well, you see, but that's the thing. You jumped immediately into making a lot of conclusions instead of actually, I don't know, hanging around and see what was going on.
okay, and then
I love making sandwiches on.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Buttercup, you know that when you assume you make an ass out of you and me? You ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm. Wow. You got dad jokes.
Yeah, well, uncle jokes for me, but. Listen, I think
it can also be like a sassy word, you know?